Dipenji. Oh. First of all, we are going to start with keynote speaker, Mr. Deepan Ramalingam. We'll ask him to come on the stage. Mr. Deepan Ramalingam. Mr. Deepan Ramalingam is an Indian business leader and managing director of Ring Feeder Power Transmissions India Private Limited. He leads operations and business growth across GCC, SAARC, and ASEAN regions. He is also a certified independent director with academic ties to KTH Royal Institute of Technology and is based in Chennai. So, एकदा जोरदार टाळ्या वाजवून आपण दीपनजींचं स्वागत करूया. And now I will hand over all the charges to Mr. Deepan Ramalingam.
Thank you for the introduction and good morning all. So, not a big crowd, but it's okay. I know we'll have to appreciate the, like in universities, don't bother about the students who skip. So you have to value the students who come inside the classroom. So it's even if it is 2 students, and then it's good for the professor to continue the classes. So thanks for being here and to listen. And when I got an invitation for this expo, it was a little bit of a confusion for me. So I have to be here or not. So to give you a short anecdote or an incident, I know there was I think all are from West here, so I have to refer something from South. So there was one movie which was Alagan. It was a Tamil movie which was shot or released 35 years back. So in that there is one scene which it comes that there was a Bharatanatyam program, and for this there was a restaurant owner was invited for this Bharatanatyam. So everybody was thinking like, what this guy is going to talk about Bharatanatyam. So similarly for me it was a little bit of a confusion. It's an ERP when Mahindra and got invitation from Sagar about the ERP. So I was just thinking, what I'm a mechanical engineer, I'm going to talk about an ERP when there's a long list of MDs and then the CEOs from ERP companies. So I was just thinking about this and it struck my mind. So that time he was also telling that. So it's like, you know, in your home and then in your restaurants, when everything is got over, Sagar don't take it in a different way. So he invited me first. So when everything gets over, then they make upma. So, and he says that sometimes the upma is also good, better than your dosa or your anything else. So hope you will like this upma today. Thanks for inviting me, Sagar. Then I realized that, okay, it's good that it's not something wrong from the organizers, because though there could be a lot of ERP solution makers and then the development team, we are the users of ERP. So I think the organizers did a good job in inviting a user along with the inventors or the makers of ERP system. So that way I think we have to share our experience in what we do it in ERP. So I think there's a crowd coming, so we can wait now. It's a big crowd, so I don't want to leave them. Good. Thank you. So thanks for the new, again, the members who joined now. Yeah, I'm Deepan Ramalingam, Managing Director of Ring Feeder Power Transmission. So I gave a small story, so I'm not going to repeat that. You can ask from them again. And yeah, coming to the ERP system, and we are the users of ERP. And my request to uh, the ERP solution providers who are participating in here, and also for the organizers, we have to understand that, like yesterday, when during the inaugural session, when me and then few of our industry acquaintances, when we expressed that what are the importance of ERP system. So it could be different functions and different industries: mechanical, automotive, pharmaceuticals, aerospace. So there are different industries separated by the function. But one way everybody is connected with the common functions like finance, IT. So these are all the common functions. And what are the importance given to these functions is what is of prime importance today, and mainly for the micro, small, medium enterprises. And I would say that they are the backbone of the economy, and MSMEs should adopt or try to know the importance of using the ERP systems. And today the awareness is very less, and the importance they give it for the ERP system and the time they give it for this, it's much lesser. So thanks for organizing this sector. And from our experience, what even we can share is that, I don't know, maybe here you're all from ERP background, and some could be from the entrepreneurs from a small and medium scale industries. So we are Ring Feeder Power Transmission, 4 years old company. We are in India for last 18 years. Until 2023 end, we are a small team of 20 people, having the tech team, application engineering team, sales team, and all the function. And we were trying to expand it in Chennai with the new greenfield production. But by the time we have got a opportunity to acquire one of the Indian competition, and we acquired this company, Rati Transpower in Pune, with Pune and Kolhapur plant with 500 people. So you could imagine 20 people and then getting new friends, 500 people. So it was like very difficult to digest for 2 years. Like I was stuck in the throat for 2 years, and then slowly to get this in, it took 2 years of time. But predominantly the major role or which was played is by the ERP system. So for us, it was easy. For 18 years, we were managing everything with the Excel sheets, and only for the finance Tally is that it's universally accepted software in India, and that's sorry to say, but even Tally has to improve a lot in terms of ERP. But on a finance, it's a perfect system. So we were being using this for finance, but all other functions not. It was mostly the Excel. But when we got into this big expansion, then SAP came into us automatically. So what we feel today is how effectively that we can, it's an experience for us as well, how effectively we can store the data, how we can take retrieve the information out of the data, and how it's helping us in accelerating it, how it's faster to for delivering it to the customers and being quick to the markets and decision making. Because it's easy now, instead of collating so many informations and then take 2 to 3 days of time, now by a click of a button from ERP system, you know what is in front of you. You know what is the dispatches to the customer, what is the business of a customer, in which product you make a profit and where you don't make a profit. So all these things comes in a package from ERP system. Now, I would say that this is helping us in decision making. So the best thing what I would say for all the medium, small and micro industries is that this is a good cost saving information or the platform, and also it will help in the decision making process. So this we can put it in my request is to the ERP system companies and to all the stakeholders here is that we have to attack or the right clients for you in a way they understand. Maybe I'm a marketing guy. Basically, I'm an engineer with tech background and then doing a lot of sales and marketing. So you might be knowing a lot of marketing. There is no doubt about it. So I'm not giving any big new funda here. But only from my experience, I would request all the ERP companies that you have to reach the MSMEs and talk to them in their language. That's very important because it's going to help them and it's going to help you. Say, for example, we can hire ERP companies can hire a direct recruit from IIMs or from Symbiosis, top universities, and you ask this guy to market your product, and he might go and talk to the customer like this. Our ERP provides MSMEs with competitive edge by integrating disparate business into one automated platform. Key benefits includes your improved operational efficiency and real-time data visibility, reduced costs, and enhancing the decision-making capabilities. Yeah, so you talk like this to a guy who is having an owner of a 5 crore business in Pimpri Chinchwad or in Merkel in our industrial estate. You talk 10 minutes, he will offer you a coffee and then you are at home. That's it. So don't talk all these things. You just talk, what is your business? It's a 5 crore is your turnover. You might be making approximately 10% as the bottom line. Profits, say 5 crores, from 5 crores, you make 55 crores, you might be making 50 lakhs as your bottom line. Then you can estimate approximately, okay, if you are making 5 crores, yeah, if it is just 10 or 10% out of this 50 lakhs, it's going to be 5 lakhs is the benefit that you will get out of an ERP system. So you just talk in terms of numbers, Finally, all these things, whatever you talk, at the end of the day, more than organized companies. So we are a company, is a stock listed company. I'm definitely interested in what is the bottom line that we make, because tomorrow, this is the month of April, right? So by first week of April, we will be waiting for the salary increase letters. It doesn't matter you're a machinist or you're a CEO. It's the same. We're all the working community, employed community, and we all have the bosses. So the boss declares you the 1st of April, what is your salary increase letter. So we all wait for it. And yes, we are worried about the profits, but we're not much worried about like the entrepreneurs who invest their sweat and blood into this. So even it is a 5 lakh is in savings for him, then it's a big money for him. So I would really request that you just estimate what is the turnover of these small companies and give a figure of what they can finally put it in the pocket extra because of having an ERP system. And this is what is going to attract them to come towards a ERP system. So this is one of the way of marketing, and then we can increase the awareness of using ERP system in the industry. And this is in term, on a collective terms, this is going to help our economy a lot. And we know, I think yesterday there was some metrics was also shared here that we have 7,000 MSMEs in companies in the Pune region, and only around 600 people, companies are using the ERP system. So there is a huge opportunity and it doesn't mean that the people do not want to invest in this system. It's a lack of awareness and the lack of knowing what it's going to deliver it to you. So the best thing is that this has to be delivered to them, and if the industry expands, then it's a collective growth for all of us, and then we are going to become a developed nation. With this note, I will request you all to increase the awareness of using ERP system, and which is going to be a advantage for all of us in the industry. Thanks for giving this opportunity, and also I wish the organizers all the best for the expanding this expo in the coming years. Okay. Thanks for this delivering, accepting to take this delivery of a upma. So, okay, thanks, and wish you all a good day today. Thank you. Yes, yeah, if there is any questions.
Hello. We struggling the implementation of ERP. Sum of X is my turnover. So how can you guide us what is the turnover, and then after you take the ERP system and you expense that much amount for the ERP, if you are getting some after all the taxation then in your pocket. That is the one question. Another second, I am struggling same. Just yesterday I said to my HR to mail all my team that this month we are stuck in some busy my schedule, so we are not sitting on the increment procedures. So I will confirm you to April and May month I will consider and giving the increment in next month. So that is the problem of MSME sectors. So can you guide please us 2 questions?
Yeah. So here it is most of the time it's not the direct answers here. It's all an indirect way of how you are going to effectively bring out what is the benefit of an ERP. So whatever is the loss that you are making or the time that is taking without an ERP, that you can compare it with ERP. Say for example, when we did with one of the top customer, and we do the business with him for the last 15, 20 years, and always the payment comes late. And it's 60 days is the credit term you agree with him, and the payment comes after 6 months, 9 months of time. So now with the ERP system, you can do a proper analysis of what the credit analysis for this customer just by a click of a button for this 10, 15 years. And you can estimate how much of a delay from this customer, and if at all I've just invested this amount, what is the delay from him in a simple bank account and with an FD, what is the interest that's lost for me? So this is the benefit. If without an ERP system, you don't do this. So this is again an advantage. You could have saved money in this. This is one way of credit analysis you can do out of this. And again, in terms of decision making, for example, the go-to-market concept. So you have a team, and it takes, for example, you have been thinking that I want to enter into this particular sector. You just think about this in 2023, and then you enter into this any particular business after 4 years of time, because you don't have a proper background of what is this industry, how much it can deliver. So this 4 years, if it is you have an ERP system, then from the sales data you can find out that what is this market delivering and what is the profit I take from this. If at all I could have been faster, instead of 4 years, if I'd have done this, taken a decision in 2 years, then how much of a profit? Say for example, today we are Ringfeeder, we have formed a new business development team, and this team is completely focusing only on defense, aerospace and crane industries. So this we formed, and we will see now when this is going to give us a business for us, because we exactly know what is the product and when it has to go. So this we haven't done in the last in the last 5 years. So now if we do this with this system, if we are successful in 2 years, then we can say that the another 3 years, whatever we are lost is the lost money. If at all there was an ERP system, we could have taken decisions much faster. So this way, whatever is the lost or whatever the lost opportunities, whatever the loss, so the calculating the loss will give us what is the going forward, it's going to be a gain for us. So I would say that depending upon the industry from each departments, how your ERP system is going to benefit you, and without that, what you have lost in terms of money. So that if we do an approximation, then we will know how much we can save from ERP system. And today for us, even for me, decision making is much faster than in the past, because we used to do it with Excel and some data or information report from Tally and then collate it with the with Excel, and it will take a long time. But today it's much faster, and it is deeper. We can know what product it is, and from this what size is benefiting for us, and can we produce it in the plant, or we have to outsource it, the part of the production, or we have to completely buy and sell. So all this information comes. So my recommendation would be that in every department, starting from your production, from your sourcing, from sales and marketing, from finance, so from all these places, you have to evaluate what is the loss or how much is the time it is taken, and calculate the time. Then we will have approximate value of how much we could have saved with ERP. Yeah.
Thank you.
Great. Yes, sir, please. Yeah.
I'm audible. Hello.
Yeah.
I'm saying when we say ERP, the basic things for ERP, only large customers come in picture. But when we are targeting MSMEs, what should be the differentiator? Like what should be the brownie point that we should always get for when we are approaching any small businesses and saying that you should use ERP? No matter they are using some small applications and package of it is a ERP only, but to tell them upfront and to show them that ERP is needed for your kind of business also. How do we do that?
Yeah, the simple answer I told you, like how much extra goes into his pocket. Very simple. You, we talk about all fundas and you make all your jargons into your marketing manual or whatever it is. It's not going to be a big matter for him. It's, but not only the, I wouldn't say that underestimate entrepreneur or small business units. Even you today go to a big companies with multiple millions, you go and sit with a purchaser and then you talk to him and then to the technical team, you talk 1 hour about all the products. I can say that ring feeder friction springs are invented 102 years old and it's used in the Mars rover, in the shock absorbing units of Mars rover, and today we use it in the Boeing and then in the Airbus aircraft landing wheels and then the flopping things, and it's used in the Pinaka missiles and it's used in the machine guns. I talk all these things. After 1 hour he'll ask, okay, if I use this, how much I can save? That's the only thing he will ask. I'm using a helical spring now. You're not technical, but I'm telling you. He will ask, okay, I can use ring feeder friction springs, no problem, it can absorb. I'm using a helical spring today. It will cost me 10,000 if I put in this equipment. What will your spring do? I'll say that, oh, 10 lakh, mine is a superior, the best, it's installed in the Mars rover. It's not 10,000, 50,000. He don't mind. He will not say, no, not required for me. I'm fine with this. I think only very rarely you will get a application oriented where you can replace a 10,000 item with a 50,000 item, but it's not always possible. So you have to find where you can sell. To answer your question directly, for all the MSMEs and things, you have to work it out on terms of money. So how much you will save at the end of the day. Yeah.
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 Yeah, Diban.
Yes, sir,
Yeah. I completely agree with most of the point you said. Just I wanted to have as a last iceberg. So you finally gone with SAP, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So where is the tipping point? The decision comes, not others and SAP.
Okay. See, for us to be very frank, from the it's not we have decided, because the company which we acquired had an SAP in the past, and also the German parent also had an SAP system with them. But if there is more that I can tell you is, we compared what is Tally and SAP, because and also it was already existing, the SAP system. But when we go apart from SAP, not only SAP, in other software solutions for HR systems, today we are analyzing, because it is not completely a robust system what we have. But when we now go into that, we do all analysis, and finally at the end of the day, how much we are going to save. In fact, we have our purchasing head who she selected how we can expand it to SAP HANA, and then.
So right now B1 or HANA, what do you said?
We SAP HANA. It's what's that version?
Yeah.
It's public cloud, the big system.
Yes, okay.
So that anyway it was existing, but we know what is the efficiencies. But so today about the HR system, when we wanted to go again, for us it's even it could be a multi-crore company, but we see whenever we look it into a HR module, then Mr. Mahindra was also asking, Deepan, can we include all the contractual employees also into this module? So we will make it big. So only the first thing I asked Archana is that, okay, let's add it. It's costing you extra 10 lakh or 15, 20 lakh for adding the contractual employees in the HR module. What is the cost benefit? At the end of the day, you just employ one guy with 5 to 6 lakh a year, and then he will do this as a part of his job. Is that okay? Or you are going to spend on AMCs, which is going to cost you 4 or 5 lakhs?
Exactly.
It so, just, whatever the size of the company, it's finally
So if I understand rightly, if I read it rightly, it's about, I won't say compulsion, since your other partner was already using it, the system in place, you plugged it with SAP, right? So if the chance given, if you have assumed that they don't have any SAP system, have you thought any other products into your mind space?
Yes, before we could acquire this company, we have thought about, I didn't go, but Navision was one of our
choice box
in the list choice because we were small. So we didn't know that we will acquire a big company like 500 people. So we were just thinking that, can we go for a SAP Business One solution, or can we go with a Navision? Then at that time also we are looking at how good it's going to give me information for taking a decision. That is one thing. Well, at the end of the day, it should not be a cheaper solution. Again, I do a software, then again I download everything and then do a manual work. It has to give me at a click of a button what is the information that we need to take a decision. So that was one thing which was definitely we are looking at, and also how much is going to cost us. So if we have 3 to 4 solution in a similar variation of 10-15%, I don't think medium-sized companies will be so much on the L1 basis, because sorry, we are not like, I think now the medium-sized companies have understood that L1 basis will not work always, like in the government companies, because this is going to be it's a partner, right?
So you are, so when you say mid-sized company, what is a turnover or
So I
just
would say
in your mind?
100 crores or something like
Okay.
this. Yeah. So in that bracket, if you say, so these companies are even, we look at what could be the best solution. Even you are ready to spend 10 to 15% more, because having an ERP system, it's a long-term relation. So we are going to get benefit out of it. So we are ready to, the companies are ready. Even whenever I talk to business leaders, when we go for a German engineering federations and we meet the MDs, and these companies have understood that you cannot always go with the cheapest solution. The quality is not cheap. I think we have to understand that, and we have to operate that way. So we are ready to have a minor deviation. But to again, one more thing what I said is, we now started, there was an SAP existing, and Germany asked us to go with an SAP. But over the period of time, if in 4 or 5 years, if we see that SAP is very expensive, then is there a possibility to shift? We will shift.
Thank you,
So
Thiva.
it's not, nobody can be a arm twist. And also to, sorry, say this, most of the software companies, and I think this you'll have to, as a user, I want to express that most of the software builders, what they feel is that after you buy my software, I'll arm twist you in AMCs. If you think that on a first day, the first day itself, I will think that I will find a time when I will arm twist you. So never do this. Give a right price, and if there is a possibility, we can change it. And I can say that even because we are a German and Swedish parent, and sometimes they don't understand what is the pricing in India. They decide the euro pricing in Sweden and ask the Indian MDs that you have to make profit, but use this company who is serving me.
Serving you.
So you know that top 3 auditing companies, and then we use top 3 auditing companies, and they say, oh, use this company, he will charge you in euro. So I tell my board of directors that if from India we pay the audit fee for this top 3, and then I give you the whatever the royalty for some of the items, and I give you the management fee, and you don't ask me the profits in India. You erode everything, you decide everything in a, today the coffee we spend is 40 rupees here, and the coffee there is 400, 500 rupees. They decide the fee in 400, 500 rupees. And that's what I will tell that even the big companies, SAP or somebody like it, just concentrate on the Indian market and price it for Indian customers. Yeah. So if you try to take an opportunity, then the customer will also wait for an opportunity. It's nobody's market. It's the good relationship. Thanks for that. Sorry, I've taken a lot of time, so. No problem. Just yeah.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Deepan. You have shared a lot of knowledge which you have in the ERP section. I request Mr. Sagar to felicitate Mr. Deepan Ramlingam, Managing Director of Ringfeeder. Director of Exponomics, Mr. Sagar Ayule, is felicitating Mr. Deepan. Thanks a lot, Mr. Deepan. त्याचबरोबर आज या ठिकाणी NIPMचे नॅशनल EC मेंबर मिस्टर अभय कुरसाळे उपस्थित आहेत. अभय कुरसाळेजी, आपल्याला विनंती आहे, कृपया आपण स्टेजवर यावं. इंद्रायणी इंडस्ट्रियल असोसिएशनचे प्रेसिडेंट मिस्टर महेंद्र फणसे यांना विनंती आहे, आपण अभयजींचं या ठिकाणी स्वागत करावं. त्याचबरोबर NIPM EC मेंबर मिस्टर धैर्यशील देसाई यांनाही विनंती आहे, कृपया आपण मंचावर यावं. मिस्टर धैर्यशील देसाई. आणि त्याचबरोबर VP पर्चेसिंग रिंगफीडर इंडिया पूर्णिमा लोकेश. पूर्णिमा मॅम, वी रिक्वेस्ट यू टू do come on the dais. महेंद्र फणसे सरांना विनंती आहे, कृपया आपण या तीनही मान्यवरांचा या ठिकाणी स्वागत करावं. मिस्टर अभय कुरसाळे, नॅशनल EC मेंबर NIPM. त्याचबरोबर मिस्टर धैर्यशील देसाई, EC मेंबर NIPM. Thanks for presence. Also Purnima Lokesh, VP Purchasing, Ring Feeder India. धन्यवाद. यानंतर लगेचच आपण पॅनल डिस्कशनसाठी या ठिकाणी मान्यवरांना आमंत्रित करणार आहोत. आजच्या या पॅनल डिस्कशनमध्ये सर्वात प्रथम जे पॅनलिस्ट आहेत त्यापैकी मिस्टर आशुतोष परमार. इज ही देअर? या, एकदा जोरदार टाळ्या आशुतोषजींसाठी. मिस्टर आशुतोष परमार. त्याचबरोबर या ठिकाणी विनंती आहे मिस्टर शैलेंद्र ठाकूर, रुपेश ठक्कर अँड प्रवीण जाचक. प्लीज. Ashutosh Parmar is an ERP and enterprise solutions professional with over 8 years of experience helping manufacturing organizations to adopt technology for improved efficiency and business visibility. Also, Shailendra Thakur is again here. Yesterday also he was there. He is a Chief Technology Transform B2B NPCI Bharat Bill Pay Limited. Also, we'll welcome Mr. Rupesh Thakkar. Rupesh Thakkar is a product leader with over 20 years of experience, currently leading key initiatives at Tally to evolve ERP systems into connected and intelligent business platforms. Also, Praveen Jhasak is there. He is a founder profile Swayam ERP with more than 20 years of experience in IT and business transformation. The founder of Swayam ERP combines deep technical expertise with strong industry insight. His mission is to redefine how the consumer electronics retail and distribution industry operates through practical scalable technology. All the panelists are here. So, to discuss with him, I will request Mr. Praveen More to do come on the stage. Praveen More is a ERP panelist also. He is a founder of Pioneum Consultants Private Limited, driving ERP lead digital transformation for business. Served as CTO and SWS Web Solutions and Candipi Healthcare. So he is a expertise in ERP sector. So I will hand over the next session to Mr. Praveen More. Thank you.
Hello.
Check.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm audible good? Okay, so I'm so happy to say that we have an expo for ERP. Okay. It's very intuitive topic in IT segments when we say that a unique process like ERP segments is taken care, and we have a full-fledged ERP Expo running with different brands. I see a lot of collaborations, co-creation opportunities going around with this. We want people to get comfortable around this term. कभी हम लोग बोलते हैं कि ERP है, अचानक से लोग ऐसे सोचते हैं कि अरे कुछ बहुत कॉम्प्लिकेटेड है, SAP सिस्टम्स जैसे बोलते हैं, बहुत ज़्यादा कॉस्टली जाएगा, बहुत ज़्यादा सेगमेंट्स में जाएगा. Let's make it comfortable enough. See, new innovations are happening. Systems have become easier, approachable, affordable, and efficiency is amazing. Today's panel, what we are looking at is, see, we have a good dignitaries on the stage. The topic that we want to initiate is the next generation of ERP playbook. It's a very simpler one. We want to know the agility part of it, automations and analytics, and the interoperability between different ecosystems, right? I would like to take the opinions of different panelists here, like how you feel how this ecosystem is going around. I have drafted some questions so that we start a good icebreaker kind of a sessions, but I would want everybody to participate. Let's keep it interactive. You might have questions, you might have some discussions, some suggestions around that, or maybe you have a unique vision going around. Please do share with the panelists and industries here. Okay. Shailendra sir. Yes, I would like to start with you. We have a question in the terms of ERP evolution and business agility. The detailed ideations around this was, see, traditional ERPs are built for control and operability, right? What we want to know is how the modern businesses today demand agility into it. They want to like, ये भी ऐड कर दो, वो भी ऐड कर दो, नया सिस्टम आ गया, GST के नए रिफॉर्म्स आ गए, 4 डिजिट 6 डिजिट में चले गए, ऐसे बहुत सारे ट्रांजिशंस होते रहते हैं, रियल टाइम हो रहे हैं. देन अचानक से नया HRM सिस्टम्स आता था, अटेंडेंस के लिए चैलेंज आ रहा है, या ऐसे सब चीज़ें, तो बहुत ज़्यादा एजाइल होना पड़ जाता है. सो हाउ डू यू फील अबाउट दिस, एंड हाउ डू यू फील कि नेक्स्ट बिजनेस मॉडल्स कैसे होने चाहिए इस सेगमेंट्स में?
So, ERPs evolved as a standalone systems, and why I call them standalone, कि मेरे पास क्या stock है, what is it in my warehouse, what do I need, and started from there, that I need to track my raw material, I need to track my processes, I need to track my vendor I need to track where my supplier is. Then the businesses evolved, and the entire business world is today connected. So then the larger ERPs said, okay, let me grab all the market. Why? Because the smaller ERPs, lower cost, it doesn't always work out. Then the smaller ERPs started becoming more and more smart. I mean, my colleagues from Tally will tell you that there are so many millions of plugins of Tally that it is nearly impossible to track also. But then that is where the fragileness of this plugin only behavior. Can I add this? Can I add that? Can I add that? So we took it as a challenge for the nation that our businesses must talk to each other in real time and with very precise information. No scope for ambiguity. Is it 10 chairs of blue color? Yes, 10 chairs of blue color of plastic quality, this much? Yes, right? So we built a system recently, and it's been running, and some of our partners are live here on the stage, and some have stalls in the pavilions. We built this ecosystem where now you and your say vendor supplier could be using truly different ERPs, and they will still talk interoperable, real time, always in sync. No information will go missing. You can do part payments, you can do custom catalogs, you can do performa invoices, credit and debit note, and so on and so forth. So a lot of business workflow has been made interoperable. Doesn't matter whether you are on Tally and your supplier is on SAP, or your supplier is on Zoho, or your supplier is on Oracle or Microsoft. All of that has been interconnected. But this will not solve all the problems of business. The bigger challenge of Indian businesses is how do I deploy same amount of capital multiple times a month. Today, even with government's pressure, 45 days of MSME invoice has to be paid within 45 days, and all rules are coming, but 45 days is still very slow. Developed economies work on invoice financing and working capital financing. 90% of MSMEs in developed economies are able to get their invoices financed. In India, we have to reach there. If today we are growing at 8.5% without that, just imagine if we can multiply the velocity of capital by 3 to 4 times, India will suddenly start growing at 13-14%, and our demographics will become really the dividend that we are looking for. So that's where the ERPs are evolving to. That's where the businesses have evolved to. And that's why we, as a central entity, as NPCI Bharat Bill Pay Limited, we are interested to build these kind of DPIs where we connect ERPs, where we connect businesses, where we connect banks, where we connect financing aggregators, and all other kinds of financiers. As a central, as you said, right, it also brings agility. What kind of agility? I'll give you an example. Recently, the tax reporting changed, and our partners went live on day 0. Like 31st March was the last day of the previous manner in which you tag a tax. 1st of April, 00 hours, our partners were live with the new things. And all across your vendor ecosystem or your supplier ecosystem, it went live. Simple. So that kind of agility, can you centralize things so that changes can be done in one place? The agility will come from that.
So I'd like to ask, does NPCI vision something like you see, there were multiple banks going around, NEFTs, RTGS transactions, and NPCI came up with UPI ecosystems, and all of a sudden the whole element has transitioned to a common center. Do you think something like that can happen towards the ERP segments, a common transactional? See, there were discussions about blockchain relations around that going around, something like that?
Yes, and that's what our Bharat Connect for Business platform does. Not so much using blockchain, because blockchain is inherently slow and it will not survive the India's volume requirements and speed requirements. Similarly, UPI cannot use blockchain. The rate at which you can do transactions on a blockchain will be limited to the node's capability. Let's not get too technical, but it's not possible. But then Bharat Connect for Business does exactly that. It allows for immutable transactions to be exchanged. If your invoice contains 100 ACs and 2 ACs is faulty, you can send back that invoice saying that please correct with 2 faulty ACs, and if they say no, let's not correct it, I'll give you a credit note. Yeah. They attach a credit note and then your things are in sync. So we have built that, and the idea is that we remove all kinds of friction in the form of data inconsistency. That data inconsistency, once it goes away, is a very high quality signal for banks to do underwriting, meaning they will be able to lend very competitive rates. Today, if you go for financing 13-14%, no, that is not sustainable. What is sustainable is 6, 7, 8%.
So I'd like to take an opinion of Rupesh sir. How do you feel that, we as in different representatives, see, tally is a friend, foe and enemy, both sides it works, really. Okay. So in an ecosystem like this where interoperability is, sometimes we do face challenges with tally integrations as an ERP, people ourselves. How do you feel about it, about the interoperability and agility about this?
Yeah, thanks for the question. So I would highlight first, one thing is that softwares and ERPs, right? If you take it to a car where you have to use nut bolts to operate it, right? It would not work. The car was made for the driver and not the mechanic, right? Same ways, business ERP softwares are made for users and not for software engineers to operate on it. So hence, simplicity and making sure that businesses are able to run with agility, that has always been the key. And what does it take to run a business? It doesn't always mean that you are working internally. Businesses are working with multiple stakeholders across, right? So the core of solving the problem has to be that it's not about as much about control, but it's about the confidence that they can operate at the speed that they want to, and really make their business as efficient, and not necessarily follow steps of processes that if you want to send out an order to someone, you will have to first raise a PO, do 10 more things, and then finally ship the order. You would end up actually losing the order, right? Yeah. So software needs to operate the way businesses want it to operate. And at the same time, as things are evolving, and to your question on interoperability, right? Tally has always had the philosophy, even before Android would have started, to keep it open-ended for people to be able to connect, to make sure that they are able to meet and customize to their needs. And obviously that is scalable to an extent, but as you move forward, you have seen GST. Yes. Crazy, right? No other country works to the extent of data that our country works on. And it is not possible for any country to operate on such systems without having a strong platform, which is not just interconnected, but it also embeds into your current journeys, right? If you are adding more processes, doesn't mean you will have to add more people to deploy it. So as complexities keep growing, the core challenge of ERP softwares is to make sure that they keep the bar of simplicity and convenience at that same level. And that's where, to keep doing that, the next wave has to be where your software speaks to the other software as simply, right? If you see businessmen, they talk to each other, all of them, right? The supplier will call in the morning, sir, आज आपका delivery है, मैं भेज रहा हूँ, right? Then delivery तो पहुँच गया, पर sir invoice ही नहीं पहुँचा है, right? This is the time when goods are moving faster. You do a Blinkit, the good is, the porter कर दिया, सामान आधे घंटे में आ गया, पर invoice एक system से निकल के दूसरे system जाने के लिए अभी भी 7 दिन लगता है, right? उसके अगर once that comes in, then the entire cycle is delayed. Your inventory is not loaded. Your payments are not happening on time. So hence the interoperability is very important, where two systems speak to each other in a very seamless manner. And that's where common platforms like NPCI play a key role. And we are already also launched on Bharat Connect for Business, where it truly is the UPI moment.
Yes, yes.
For business transformation.
I think there is no to say about like how Tally works. Everybody must have, have their own initiatives run towards interoperability part of it, plugin developments, API development, Tally data offline backups and online systems, and a lot of other things are happening. Yes. But the evolution is already started. We can have e-way bills registered, we can have GST filings registered, Tally is already online. So that base foundation is already working. Okay. There are interoperability challenges that are there. So maybe as the industry is growing up, I think we will find a common grounds to have a common API system or something that might actually come up. I really look forward to this particular part, but anybody from the audience have any suggestions or questions around this particular topic that we are discussing? This is your chance. Please, sir. Yes. I think, sir, will be audible enough. Please.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Now, if we say doing it for payments, similar structure you would be able to create it in invoicing things. Let it be any ERP, any software. If it is there in the GST thing, and if the filer is allowing the person to download it, it should be access to others. So. So somebody which can manage this in a very beautiful manner. So the greediness of the ERP developers goes down. So the same thing happened to bank, right? Bank to bank, we had the days, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days. Now we are talking about less than a day. So similar system would be a very ideal one. Preferably we should approve. There are other countries like revenue authorities. they do this already in some other countries.
So, sir, just one. Sir, please, your good name and the company name. Okay, Mani Ramalingam, sir, please give us a kudos to him. Thank you for a very interesting question. I would like to say, please take the opportunities of the questions that we are having inter between. Please do give your name, introductions, and your company, how the ideations are flowing, so that everybody gets to know each other. So, you like to say something?
So, yes, there is a system, and that system has been live for last 2 years. Some of the prominent players of Indian market are already connected to us. Tally Prime is already connected to us. Zoho, both Zoho Books and Zoho ERP is connected to us. SAP is connected to us. Microsoft is connected to us, and many more will come. Right? We have a list of partners and so on and so forth. The vision is same. The vision is about any vendor, supplier, buyer, whoever it is, they should not be required to learn 10 different software. Everything should come and embed and sit in your preferable software, right? It should not be that, okay, tomorrow I want to do a transformation and then suddenly I have to rip out one part and then another part comes in. So that is first part of the effort that we are making sure that it is your preferred tool, and that will continue to be there because you have comfort. The second part is that how do you take data from one type of system to another type of system so that it still continues to remain same. So what we have built is an immutable system of data exchange. Any party cannot change the data unilaterally. See, the moment you connect multiple systems, somebody will come and ask, what if I change it on my side? Will it reflect on the other side? That's the basic trust layer. Yeah. So if any system is connected to us and if that information exchange is happening to us, it is immutable, like truly immutable. You can't change it, we will catch it.
I think it is in transition. So from the complete fraternity, so we'd like, sir, we have smaller systems working. Please do open it up faster so we can catch up for everybody. Right?
Absolutely. We intend to have a large ecosystem. Our ecosystems are never closed, but our ecosystems also require underlying trust for everybody to use. And the underlying trust requires a certain oversight. See, we are created by RBI, and everything that we do comes under the preview of RBI in terms of governance. There is very strict governance, and trust, safety and security is something which we can absolutely not at all compromise. So smaller players, maybe there will be some kind of aggregation points via which smaller players who are serving, say, 100 businesses, they're possible, right? Somebody is serving only 10 businesses, somebody is serving 1 million businesses. So there is a space for all of them. We are sector, size and segment agnostic. We don't differentiate basis that. Every partner is equal partner to us. Just because, say, a partner can be serving Fortune 500 companies, doesn't mean that we will treat them differently. No, so we will treat everybody same. Yeah, and hence our need to open, our velocity with which we can open requires that much of validation. It will reach, sir. It will reach. We will democratize it to everybody. It will reach. It will reach even to the people who are offering to 10 people, 10 businesses. But it requires that much deliberation. So allow us some time, but it will reach.
Sir, we are uniting now. We have ERP Expos running. So I think we can all vote for it and get it done faster also. So look forward to it. Acha, two serious things are going, but yes, I would like to, go with the initial current trends also that are happening. See, everybody is currently using with the AI ecosystems. So I want to put up the next question in this place. This is to Mr. Shailendra. Sorry, not you, sir. Mr. Ashutosh, sir. So AI and predictive analytics in ERP. Okay. The ideations would be, how are AI, predictive analysis and real-time dashboards changing decision makings for SMEs and enterprises? Can ERP become proactive instead of reactive? How do you feel about AI coming into ERPs?
See, as of now, we all are saying like this is AI, but ideally this is robotics process automation. How? For an example, let us assume I am having some list of data in my hand. I just need to view it. Up to this moment, what all the things that we are going to do? We are just clicking on a report like this is my outstanding, this is my report, this is my sales kind of thing. But after coming up this kind of automation, this is readily available to my screen, right? Let's say for an example, what are the outstandings? What are my pending purchases? What are my pending requisitions? So that has been readily visible to me on a day-to-day basis. But now, earlier it was only visible to the top managements. Now it is made visible to the functional heads. So they are actually going to operate it, right? So if it has been visible to those people who is going to actually act on it, the impact of this kind of automation, the impact of this kind of visibility will improve the productivity, will improve the improve the activeness of a people of a business also, so that it can be made visible, it can be triggered to the next person who is going to act it. So the another simplest example is like earlier, if I want to view anything, if I want to check the triggers, if I want to check the pending things, I just need to go to that specific screen, go to that specific report and all. After coming up with the AI and it or the automation, it is based on natural languages. Like if I am asking something, in the ERP, I need to enter that specific workflow. But in this kind of thing, we have built a chatbot across the specific database. Like I can ask anything. I can ask anything to that ERP. I can ask anything to that chatbot, and that will give me the answer. So first is the real-time visibility will improve the activeness of functional heads or activeness of a business. And after coming up with this kind of AI or the natural language processing tool, it has been much simpler for a end user, for a user on the shop floor to understand what is the intricacies of these things. That is how it is being changed. That is what my opinion is.
Yes. Praveen sir, your thoughts on that? Have you like started integrating with the AI parts? Any bots happening? New innovations?
नमस्कार. AI और डैशबोर्ड समझने से पहले हम लोग को एक्चुअली ERP सिस्टम का थोड़ा सा कॉन्सेप्ट सबको ही पता है. बेसिकली ERP हम उसको बोलते हैं जहाँ पर मल्टीपल डिपार्टमेंट्स वर्क करते हैं एक साथ एक दूसरे के साथ, बट फिर भी वो एक दूसरे के साथ सिंक होते हैं, राइट? मतलब ERP एक डिपार्टमेंट या एक वर्क एरिया जहाँ पर उसका काम फर्स्ट एरिया का काम स्टार्ट होता है, फिनिश होता है, देन वही वर्क नेक्स्ट डिपार्टमेंट में मूव होता है और नेक्स्ट डिपार्टमेंट का फिनिश होने के बाद वही डेटा फ्लो अपने को नेक्स्ट डिपार्टमेंट में पास होता है. तो ये पूरी प्रोसेस में जो डेटा जनरेट होता है वो हर डिपार्टमेंट को एनालिटिक्स के साथ मिलना ज़रूरी होता है. बिकॉज एक डिपार्टमेंट का काम अगर ख़त्म होने के बाद दूसरे डिपार्टमेंट को इंडिकेशन ऑटोमेटिक जाना चाहिए. ये ERP का काम होना चाहिए कि दूसरे डिपार्टमेंट का काम जब ख़त्म होता है तो तीसरे डिपार्टमेंट को इन्फॉर्मेशन जानी चाहिए और वो ऑटोमेटिक जानी चाहिए. और डैशबोर्ड्स इस तरह से बनाने होने चाहिए कि आपके जितने भी अवेलेबल डिवाइसेस हैं वो सारे डिवाइसेस पे वो आपको डैशबोर्ड होना चाहिए. मतलब मैं उसको ओनर्स के टाइमलाइन के साथ मैच करता हूँ कि कोई भी बिजनेस ओनर या की पर्सन जब घर से निकलता है तो गाड़ी से अगर ऑफिस तक पहुँचता है तो उसके पास 3 फिगर्स कंपलसरी होने चाहिए कि उसका बिजनेस आज लास्ट ईयर वर्सेस करंट ईयर में कहाँ खड़ा है, ठीक है? लास्ट ईयर वर्सेस दिस ईयर कितना ग्रोथ है, कितना डी ग्रोथ है. और सबसे इम्पॉर्टेंट बात जो AI यूज़ करके हम लोग को करनी चाहिए हमारे ERP में वो है कि पिछला डेटा रीड करके उसका आगे का प्रेडिक्शन क्या होना चाहिए, वो आगे 1 साल के बाद 6 महीने के बाद कहाँ खड़ा होगा, राइट? तो ये उसको ऑफिस में पहुंचने तक उसके इंफॉर्मेशन उसके सामने उनके मोबाइल पे ये होनी चाहिए, ठीक है? ऑफिस में पहुंचने के बाद उसके ऑफिस में कैबिन में सामने टीवी लगा हुआ है, राइट, स्मार्ट टीवी लगे हुए हैं। तो किसी भी डिवाइस पे जाने के मतलब जाए बगैर उसकी इन्फॉर्मेशन, बिजनेस की इनसाइट्स उसके सामने, आपके आँख के सामने होना चाहिए। मतलब आपके
Yes, yes, sir. So adding to the proactive part and reactive also both sides. So अभी कुछ ecosystems we are tapping and exploring जहाँ पे हम लोग देखते हैं कि fun part है, मेरे developers थोड़ा सा funny खेलते हैं, so like और भाई आज का कितना मेरा business हुआ ये बता। So this kind of questions are happening, right?
Exactly.
We might feel it very informal way of doing it, but आपका AI agent या अगर आपके data के साथ में interactions है, this kind of things are happening, right? एंड लाइक यू नो व्हाट वी गॉट द डिस्कशन इज कि एक लोएस्ट लेवल पे एक इनिशिएटिव, जैसे अगर मैं अकाउंट्स में बात कर रहा हूँ तो अकाउंट्स वाले को पता है कि मेरे कितने अकाउंट रिसीवेबल्स है, he can immediately know and he can maybe remind the account follow-up team that okay, please get the invoices running. Okay, if you have somebody into the procurement part, they know कि is there a money, so आप पूछ सकते हो कि भाई इतना budget है, do we have such kind of a budget? So these kind of an AI elements are happening and yes, the data is real time visible. पहले शायद से ऐसा होता था कि हम लोग फिक्स डैशबोर्ड्स बनाते थे, फिर एक रिपोर्ट मेन्यू है, आई थिंक जितने भी ERP प्रोवाइडर्स है सबके ERPs में एक रिपोर्ट मेन्यू है, वहाँ पे अकाउंट के P&L से लेकर फिर आपके इन्वेंट्री तक पूरा आ गया। नाउ द थिंग इज बिकम ईजियर, ऊपर एक सर्च बॉक्स में हम लोग डाल सकते हैं कि टेल मी माई टुडेज इन्वेंट्री or last mile records or anything, you know, it's innovative, you can search for it. So those things are happening, right? So I think this is somewhere we come up with the
Exactly.
AI elements happening. I would like to put one open questions to the audiences. Something more innovative happening. Like I said, ki one of my developer went crazy and is like he wants to talk like Bhai language for some reason. I don't know. वो बोलता है और भाई क्या चल रहा है, कितना business हुआ है, क्या this kind of language is happening. But उसका कहने का तरीका था कि भाई मेरे पास में एक छोटे से छोटा बिजनेस ओनर जो कि एक स्टॉल ओनर हो सकता है या कुछ भी हो सकता है, वो एक अपने लैंग्वेज में पूछेगा. सो ही वांटेड टू बी इनोवेटिव एंड सच. कुछ ऐसे एग्जांपल्स है, समबडी इफ यू वांट टू शेयर प्लीज. या सो आई वुड लाइक टू नो द नेम एंड प्लीज टेक द स्टेज. यस या यस इनिशियल इन्फिनिटी. यस.
Like when I go and talk to my customer, okay, to be customer, prospect.
Sir, I would request please to stand up so that everybody can see you.
So
Prakash sir, yes.
I would go to my prospect and start asking and now vouching for AI. Everybody is talking about AI. The moment I say AI, it will give you like at the tip of your this thing. The problem is data security. People are worried.
Exactly.
Because if suppose my peon asks this question, he will get to see the turnover and whatever. So how do we tackle that?
So that was actually a following question that is happening. So AI में data security, data का एक bifurcation होना चाहिए. You know, not everything can be shared to everybody. So anybody in terms of this have given a larger thought or things are happening? See, we have to move from traditional for sure.
हम लोग आज जो AI यूज़ करते हैं, हम प्रॉम्प्ट करते हैं, प्रॉम्प्ट का हमको रिस्पॉन्स आता है. राइट, मेरा थॉट प्रोसेस ये है कि आपका AI आपके एप्लीकेशन के अंदर होना चाहिए. ठीक है. और अभी जैसे कि कोई बिजनेस, हम लोग कोई क्वेश्चन पूछते हैं कि जैसे व्हाट इज़ माई ग्रोथ रेट इफ़ माई सेल्स अमाउंट इज़ दिस. ओके, तो वो बहुत सारा प्रेडिक्शंस और बहुत सारा ला करके देता है, बट वो मेरे डेटा के साथ इंटरेक्शन नहीं करता है. राइट. तो मेरे हिसाब से AI जो है वो हमारे एप्लीकेशन के अंदर होना चाहिए, उसका प्रॉम्प्ट हमारे एप्लीकेशन के अंदर होना चाहिए, और हमारा जो डेटाबेस है, हमारा जो बिजनेस ट्रांजैक्शंस का पूरा स्टोरेज है, उसके अंदर जा कर के AI हमको हमारा एनालिटिक्स ला करके देना चाहिए.
इसमें ही एक्चुअली द फॉलोइंग क्वेश्चन वाज अगेन द सेम, दैट cloud versus hybrid versus on-prem ERPs. Same segment, adding towards it for the elements of the growing concerns around the cost of hostings. Obviously, that is one. Second was data security, which can be correlated with the AI as well as the elements of data part. Compliances and performance, again, because government is taking up EV initiatives, a lot of things are happening. And the deployment approach, which makes best sense, which is cloud, hybrid, or on-prem ERP, right? So I would like to merge these both questions because then we can, discuss about everything. this way. Please, sir. Yeah.
Question?
Same, cloud, hybrid, on-prem.
सी क्लाउड हाइब्रिड और ऑन प्रेम, ये मतलब इसका कोई सर्टन कंफर्म कोई प्रिंसिपल आंसर हो नहीं सकता. एक ही डोमेन में अगर मैं 4 बिजनेसमैन से 4 ओनर से मिलता हूँ तो हर एक का कंस्टेंट अलग अलग होता है. हाँ, ये भी बात सही है कि अभी इंडिया में अभी तक हमारा फाइनेंशियल डेटा प्रीमाइसेस के बाहर रखने के लिए बहुत लोग तैयार नहीं होते हैं. बट सेम टाइम कोई कस्टमर ऐसा भी होता है कि मुझे हाथी नहीं पालना है, तो मैं मंथली पेमेंट करूँगा तो मुझे चलेगा. बराबर. सेकंड बेटर वे मेरे हिसाब से ये है कि हाइब्रिड हो, कि आपका फिनेंशियल डेटा आपके प्रीमाइसेस में हो या तो वीपीएस पे हो, ठीक है. बट आपको लेकिन बाहर डेटा एक्सपोज तो करना ही पड़ेगा, अदरवाइज आप मोबाइल ऐप नहीं यूज़ कर पाओगे, ठीक है. बहुत सारे सिस्टम्स के साथ आप इंटीग्रेट नहीं कर पाओगे, ठीक है. बट वो इंटीग्रेट करने के लिए हमको अलग अलग रास्ते ढूंढने पड़ेंगे. एनक्रिप्शंस है, बहुत सारी चीज़ें हैं. बट हमको हाइब्रिड मॉडल इज़ द बेस्ट मॉडल. ऑन प्रीम मॉडल हर एक जन को ये अफोर्ड कर सकता है, ऐसे नहीं है. सर्वर्स चाहिए और सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट फायरवॉल चाहिए, ठीक है. फिर उसके मैनेजमेंट है, सर्वर मैनेजमेंट है, डाउन टाइम नहीं होना चाहिए. इवन आप वीपीएस पे भी अगर जाओगे तो वहाँ पर भी डाउन टाइम है, वहाँ पर भी हैकिंग है, बहुत सारी चीज़ें हैं. बट हाइब्रिड मॉडल के आपके ऑन प्रेम डेटाबेस आपके वीपीएस पे हो, आपके ऑफिस में हो, बट बाहर आपके स्टैटिक आईपी के थ्रू, फायरवॉल के थ्रू आपके सारे डिवाइसेस पे वो डेटा एक्सेसिबल हो. तो मेरे हिसाब से हाइब्रिड मॉडल इज़ गुड मॉडल. ऑफ कोर्स आफ्टर अफोर्डेबिलिटी, हर एक अपने अपने कस्टमर्स की.
I would like to know from the Tally's perspective. So is this the secret sauce of Tally being somewhere hybrid, right? Everybody agrees. मतलब ऑफलाइन सिस्टम है बट फिर भी ऑनलाइन है, फिर भी ऑफलाइन है. बिजनेस सबको देगा और फिर भी ऐसे ही खेलेगा. So how does it work?
Yeah, I think it exactly works the way the customers want it to work, and that's been the philosophy, right? I think data is something which is very personal, very private. It is absolutely a business's choice on how it wants to operate its business, right? And obviously, I think it's the recipe on which the business runs, right? If you leak the recipe out, कि आज मैं किसको सामान बेच रहा हूँ, किस रेट पे बेच रहा हूँ, या मेरे USPs क्या है, how do I operate? If that loses, your business can lose the edge as well, right? So people want to protect data, not just for tax saving purposes or any other purposes. I think the element of security and right access is very important. And it's not that Tally couldn't build a cloud-based software, or it couldn't build a mobile application to begin with. We believe that till the time we solve for what the customer is looking for, how his data remain his, right? Even today, when a lot of GST people knock our door saying कि ये customer का there is a litigation, please give us data. We say we do not have access to it, right? Even if they'll bring the data from the customer's premise saying इसको unlock करके दो, even if we want to, we cannot. So data has to be that vaulted and secured. But yes, it also needs to be accessible, and that is where what Tally built on the core lasted for 40 years. Even we are re-engineering to figure out how this works on multi-device, multi-environments, multi-platforms, but still the fundamentals are the same. So Bharat sir, who founded Tally, he's already working on the next initiative of what will take the software for the next 40 years ahead. So things are evolving, and softwares will need to evolve, but humans are still the same. Right? So those needs need to be taken care of, and I think same goes for all the applications. Even if you are building AI, right? The 4 things which are very important is trust on the system, the accuracy, the cost, and the speed. Till you have those 4 right, AI is not a whistle you want to blow and say, I have AI and I'm using it and my software has it. It's of no use if I ask a question 2 different times and it gives me different answers, right? Like if you go on Claude or if you go on ChatGPT and ask the same question, it will give you different answers. But if you put that for your data, for your business decisions, it has to give you accurate information and the right insights. So even at Tally, we are building an AI roadmap. We have started with smaller initiatives, but something like which will run on your premise. But you can
There's
ask.
a complete hackathon, I think 6 months back for Tally for this.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So, see, it's nothing about specific for Tally, sir. We are talking about the full-fledged ERP, but what happens? Tally is the best example that we can correlate because it starts from there and we have seen it grow all together. So whenever I refer to Tally, because what happens, the numbers are humongous, right? We don't even know where it is. We don't know what we don't know where it is, right? It might be at the very last mile solution somewhere. So it's a very perfect example for us to correlate with. Now, when I say AI and automation spas, what we were referring to is that a normal non-technical person should be able to know data, right? MIS हम सब लोग use करते हैं, MI systems बनाते हैं, फिर उसको explanations के लिए we need people going around, MBAs, account, finance guys explaining around it. But if I'm the owner of the business, I would like to have access to my own data. And I would like to keep it private enough. So security वाला part भी आ गया है. Agentics में जो हम लोग बात कर रहे हैं, clouds में या similars में, workflows में हम लोग अभी कर रहे हैं. So it's a initial world right now. हम लोग ये नहीं बोलेंगे the system is perfect, but I think everybody is trying it at their own levels. Adding to your point, anybody from our audience here, because everybody is a product owner, I would really like to take opinions around the AI in the ERP segments of it. See, interoperability done, security is also done, workflow automations we are happening. Nobody pointed on the workflow automations part that yes, अगर मेरा estimate okay है, client ने okay कर दिया तो invoice बनाने के लिए इतना challenge होना ही नहीं चाहिए, right? Why do I have to have one more button to say now generate invoice? कुछ तो ऐसा automations का part भी हो रहा है. कहीं कहीं पे डिस्काउंटिंग या सिमिलर काइंड ऑफ ओपिनियंस में कैलकुलेशंस आते हैं बिकॉज एस्टिमेट गया है 100 रुपये का, नेगोशिएशंस करने हैं 2%, इट्स इंडिया, एवरीबडी वांट समथिंग ऑन दैट जॉब, राइट? सो सिचुएशंस हैपनिंग. सो ऐसे कुछ इकोसिस्टम्स में अगर चल रहा है या किसी के कुछ थॉट्स है तो आई लाइक टू टेक सम क्वेश्चंस फ्रॉम द ऑडियंस ऑल्सो फॉर दिस. नहीं, किसी का भी नहीं? सॉरी सर, डेबिट नोट्स के ऊपर. हाँ, बट लाइक व्हाट इन स्पेसिफिक फॉर हाँ. सो अगर डेबिट नोट्स इनिशिएट किए हैं उसको ऑटोमेटिक रिस्पॉन्स देना है समथिंग ऐसा कुछ? एनी थॉट्स ऑन दैट इफ आई अंडरस्टैंड इट राइट? राइट. सो हाँ या
They are delivering me some delay.
Yeah.
So I penalized in and I generated debit note for that.
So that's actually a consortium kind of a thing. We'll have to see how we all can, come together on a common platform. About the 45 days payment cycle that we were talking about. See, today's challenge is 45 days ka invoice bhej ke, and believe me, we have done it for every kind of company, right? तो नहीं होता है. वो 50 पे चला ही जाता है, 60 पे आता ही है, एंड अल्टीमेटली बिल चाहिए तो करना पड़ता है, राइट? थोड़ा सा बीच में इनिशिएटिव ट्राई किया था. सो ग्रुप ऑफ ERPs डिसाइड कि नहीं हम लोग ERP के नीचे वो इनवॉइस के नीचे से स्टैंडर्ड लिखते हैं, MSME, DPIIT रजिस्टर्ड, स्टार्टअप इकोसिस्टम्स, MSME 45 डेज पेमेंट. तो पहले हम लोग नहीं करते थे, फिर स्लोली जब मुझे पेमेंट रिकवरी चाहिए, आई थिंक तब हम लोग नीचे फाइन प्रिंट्स में मस्त लिख के दे रहे हैं यहाँ पे, MSME registered, 45 days payment timeline, if not then delay. But it is not enforced yet. One thing could be tried out. Maybe I can put it as an initiative कि just come together. Maybe we'll try to push this at the invoice के नीचे अगर लिख के आप भेज दोगे MSME के साथ में, there is a chance we'll get it fairly done. इसका digital track होना, sir, you might have a thought around it.
So, two levels of thought. One, as an organization, we source a lot of things from MSME. And I can very proudly say that, and because I sit inside the payment system, for us at least, whatever vendor payments are happening, I can very proudly say that none of our MSMEs have been waiting for their payments for more than 10 days in the last 1 year. So at least that much. And I want all the organizations to start introspecting and respecting the MSMEs. So we follow for our organizational procurement. Now comes the fact that can a central entity do it? Yes, we do have the ability, we have added the ability to send out reminders, and because our records are digitally signed, so they are perfectly enforceable objects. So there is a full digital trail of whatever communication, whether it is invoice, credit notes, debit notes, whatever you have created. So the underlying infrastructure is now in place for ERP ecosystems to start integrating it. And I think there will come a push somewhere from the government saying that, okay guys, enough of our ecosystem is now digitized and interconnected, and hence we have trustable data and verifiable data of saying that these many are pending, right? And at that point in time, it is up to the MSME ministry to take a decision. We are an agency which will possibly execute on those decisions of exposing the aggregate details, like how many MSME payments are pending, which have gone through, right? But it has to come from ministry. But before it comes from ministry, the infrastructure has to be there, and that's what we are building. In fact, more than direct payments, what will solve the pain of MSMEs is the financing. The world needs to move towards, at least the India needs to move towards autonomous financing, where if a buyer-supplier has been having a relationship and a verifiable relationship because of the data, their invoices should be discounted by banks. I may prefer to receive 95 rupees against an 100 rupees receivable, which is coming to me 45 days later. I may be willing to give that 5% discount to the bank and get that money today. Right now, for whatever reasons, trades has been there for 6 years, 7 years now, but the volumes are not very significant there. And hence, when we were designing this Bharat Connect for Business, the trust in data was paramount for us. We have built it in a manner where bank can trust your data, and once an invoice is financed through our platform, bank can rest assured that nobody will do a double financing on it. So banks also need that trust to solve that problem of payment. It's a multi-fold payment, yes, MSME Act and all of that, but fundamental behavior shift will come if you make multiple avenues of getting that capital back to the seller possible.
Yes.
So that's where we are working towards.
I'm aware of this initiatives. Just to add, तो government of India, yes, वो हमें 95% तक फाइनेंस कर सकती है अगर आपने आपके सेलिंग इन्वॉइसेस अपलोड किए हैं. बैंक्स आपको फंड्स कर सकते हैं इस चीज़ में. सो आई थिंक डिटेल्ड हम लोग इसके ऊपर बात करेंगे इन द फॉलोइंग सेशंस ऑल्सो हाउ वी गो अबाउट इट. बट जिन मेंबर्स को शायद अवेयरनेस नहीं है इस चीज़ के, प्लीज़ डू गूगल इट एंड सर्च इट. See, as an ERP guys, it is our responsibility to make this aware to our clients. Because होता क्या है कि क्लाइंट का अगर पैसा अटकेगा तो वो हमारे तक भी इफेक्ट होता है, राइट? हमारे बिल्स भी अटकते हैं. द पॉलिसी इज़ वेरी क्लियरर. इफ द मनी फ्लोज इन टू द ग्रुप, इट विल ऑटोमेटिकली कम टू यूज ऑल्सो, राइट? सो ये हमारी साइड में जब हम लोग ERP कंसल्टिंग्स में करते हैं तो हम लोग अवेयर करते हैं कि सर आप GST के ऊपर बिल अगर अपलोड कर दोगे तो वहाँ से आप रिमाइंडर भेज सकते हो. सो इन्फोर्समेंट नहीं है सर वहाँ पे अभी भी. सो आ जाएगा. दैट इज व्हाट वी आर लुकिंग.
आएगा. अभी सी 6.5 crores total registered businesses, and only 1.6 crores are GST and registered businesses. So a lot of work and a lot of democratization of GST in itself is required, and like direct data is there. वो आएगा, but हम कुछ भी हैं तो इंडियन हैं, हमको अपना डेटा बहुत प्यारा है. और उस डेटा के ना मल्टीपल म्यूटेशंस हैं, वेरिएंट्स हैं. एक साइड से ना वो एकदम बहुत साफ सुथरा रहता है, दूसरी साइड से बिजनेस की रियलिटीज़ हैं, राइट? तो हमको वो बहुत प्यारा है, आएगा धीरे धीरे आएगा। कल्चरल, दिस इज़ अ कल्चरल ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन कि हम छोटी छोटी चीज़ों में से बाहर आकर के बड़ी बड़ी चीज़ों को बिजनेस में कैसे अडॉप्ट करें। आज हम 2% का प्रॉफिट देखते हैं, क्या हम उस 2% के प्रॉफिट के माइंडसेट को रिप्लेस करके 20% का प्रोडक्ट ग्रोथ देखें? वो कल्चरल शिफ्ट आने में अभी थोड़ा समय है, बट आएगा।
अच्छा, we are moving on to a lot of time. See, interesting discussions are happening. I would want to put one question in place. See, how do we see the future of ERP? What is your playbook for next 3 to 5 years? See, everything is happening and it is moving not by years, it is moving by months. नया वर्जन आया क्लॉड का या जीपीटी का, तो immediately we have to look towards something like this. This is happening. So, what is your playbook for the next 3 to 5 years as in for the ERP industry? Where should we look towards this?
So basically, the architecture needs to be shifted. How? Because maximum of the ERP solution providers are working on either on deployment board, either on some patch deployment and all. So as an organization, we have to shift towards that true SaaS model. Why? Because the agility, the first point of discussion that we have started, the agility will be very much simpler as compared to the previous one. Second most important part is, while moving towards that thing, we need to make sure two major aspects. One is definitely the data security. Second is the control, because so far all the owners or the top managements are most likely they like the controls, right? So at the parallel time, we need to develop that control part into the newer system. And the third one is, by adding the agility, by doing the simplicity, everything said and done, the speed of ERP is equal to the speed of business. So that is what we need to cope up during the next 3 to 5 years, while upgrading the product, while upgrading the functionalities, by doing the simpler implementation, by reducing the implementation time. So all of these things comes together, and at the parallel side, we need to solve the multiple business problems with a single platform. So that is what the point is.
Praveen sir, your to say about this next 3 to 5 year strategy. Okay. Will do. Just this, yes.
मैं बहुत सिंपल दिखता हूँ क्योंकि मेरा यूज़र हमेशा मेरे लिए इम्पोर्टेंट होता है। मेरा यूज़र के लिए इंटरफेस ही ना हो, ये मेरा ड्रीम है कि मेरा यूज़र सिंपल बोले कि मिस्टर रूपेश चोंदे, एड्रेस फलाना फलाना फलाना, he wants to buy a product LED 55 inch, model is this, at the cost of 50,000, discount is 2%, payment by cash is 10,000, payment by finance, Bajaj Finance is 30,000, payment by pay, Bharat Pay is 70,000, and my invoice should be ready. Next, I will say, just send to the customer, mail ID so and so. And another, from the business, my integration part, I will say, just post the transaction to my tally. This should be happen in next 2 to 3 years, at least in Swayam.
Oh, interesting. So we look forward for next Jarvis coming from Swayam, I think, right? Business Sense Automated. Good. I'd like to thank everybody on the panel here. See, this is an intuitive discussions. We can talk about it and we can go on and on. Anybody from the audience would like to summarize over the discussions that we had and maybe have a suggestions or a pointers to update from this? Come on, this is your stage. अभी footage मिलेगा exhibitions में, ठीक है, हम लोग आके जाएंगे, कोई problem नहीं. No, We will be adding up to it. Willing happy to it. Yes, we'll adding up to it. Multiple sessions are there, but yes, multiple panel discussions are going on. So and it's all interoperable. We are ERP guys. हम लोग हर चीज़ के लिए एक मॉडल बना देंगे. Tension मत लो. Right? So, yeah. Sir, I would want you to have the next panel also. Then believe me, ERP में modules हैं. मैं next model में add कर दूँगा. Tension मत लो आप. Yes. नाही करूयात ना सर. बघा इंटरेस्टिंग आहे. कोणासाठी सर? भारत कनेक्ट. सर वन लास्ट क्वेश्चन. Perfect. Yes. So I will keep on continuing like discussions. मेरे जो भी topics है सब एक दूसरे के साथ में ही move करेंगे. Okay. I would like to, for the need of the hour, we will move from this. Thank you so much, everybody on the panel, dignitaries, boards. For the audience, this is a very interesting topic going around. I would like you guys to visit every stall that is there, so that we get to have more pointers. Industry में कुछ समझ में, and the initiatives like we are saying कि भारत कनेक्ट से थोड़ा सा कुछ openings हो जाए, we might know, right? कुछ तो influence कर पाएंगे सब साथ में आके, right? Look forward to. Thank you so much. I would like to conclude this panel discussions today. Yes.
Thank you all the panelists and Mr. Praveen More. I will request Mr. Sagar sir to do come on the stage and felicitate our moderator, Mr. Praveen More. Just wait. I will request Mr. Praveen More to felicitate Mr. Ashutosh Parmar, Manager Sales Source Pro Infotech Private Limited. Ashutosh Parmar. Again, I will request Mr. Praveen More to felicitate Mr. Shailendra Thakur, Chief Technology Officer, Bharat Bill Pay Limited. Shailendra Thakur. Mr. Rupesh Thakkar, Product Manager, Tele Solutions Private Limited. And Praveen Jachak, Director, Shreya Software Services. Yeah, all panelists are requested to be there for a group photo. I will request Mr. Sagar Ahivale, Director of Exponomics Events Private Limited, to felicitate moderator Mr. Praveen More. And all dignitaries on the dais, I request you to be there for a group photo. एकदा जोरदार टाळ्या या पॅनलिस्टसाठी. यानंतर भारत कनेक्टचं सेशन या ठिकाणी लगेचच सुरू होत आहे. I request all of you to attend that session from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. and at 2 p.m. There is a keynote by Mr. Uday Kumar Appadurai. Mr. Uday Kumar is a head of sales West Zone for TCS Ion Digital Manufacturing ERP at Tata Consultancy Services. So from 1 to 2 p.m. we can भारत कनेक्टचं आता यानंतरचं सेशन होईल 1 वाजल्यापासून 2 वाजेपर्यंत. आणि 2 वाजताना आपल्याला ERP या क्षेत्रामध्ये तज्ज्ञ असणारे उदय कुमार अप्पा दुराई यांचं मार्गदर्शन मिळेल ठीक 2 वाजता. बी देअर. थँक्यू.